My name is Miranda Parker, and this is my informational speech to Intro to Communications. So, how many of you enjoy the outdoors? I enjoy being in the outdoors and exploring places that I've never seen before. I am not too keen on snakes and spiders, but if they stay away from me, I will go out of my way to stay away from them. Exploring nature is a great way to see the country, but I want to share with you some ways to do it safely. It is our responsibility as humans to keep nature clean and instill that principle for next generations. As a Cub Scout leader, I get the pleasure of teaching my scouts how to safely explore the outdoors and be good outdoor citizens. Learning to hike safely is something that is very important. Whether it's at a local park or hikes in the backcountry, you must take precautions and be knowledgeable of what is around you. In Scouts, there are a few codes that we live by: the Outdoor Code and the 7 Principles of Leave No Trace. The Outdoor Code and the 7 Principles of Leave No Trace is a great way to challenge current and future generations to help preserve nature and to make sure we are exploring the outdoors safely. In the Boy Scouts of America handbook, in the Outdoor Ethics section, it further explains the two. The Outdoor Code states, as an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation-minded. The 7 principles of Leave No Trace are plan ahead and prepare, travel and camp on durable surfaces, dispose of waste properly, leave what you find, minimize campfire impacts, respect wildlife, and be courteous of other visitors. The Outdoor Code and 7 Principles of Leave No Trace go hand in hand with each other, but the 7 Principles of Leave No Trace brings more of an insight of what the Outdoor Code means and explains more in depth on how to hike and camp safely. Hiking is a great activity for all ages, but it's very important to make sure that you are doing it safely. Plan ahead and prepare is a great way to make sure that you know the area you're planning to explore. Making sure you know about any potential weather or environmental advisories is one way to be safe. Traveling and camping on durable surfaces means to stick to established paths and trails and camp in an area that's clear vegetation so that you avoid damaging plants or habitats. Sticking to established paths is one of the best ways to safely hike. It minimizes the possibility of being injured from adventuring into unstable terrain. Disposing of your waste properly is another key step to hiking safely. You come across a lot of wildlife when you hike, and it could be detrimental to wildlife or vegetation if trash is left behind. Food wrappers can not only attract unwanted guests, but they can be lethal to animals if consumed. The Scouts use the pack it in and pack it out method when camping and hiking. When you hike, you might happen to come across some cool finds, but it's important to leave them as they are. It allows for others to experience it, and it allows the habitat and wildlife to be undisturbed. Sometimes you come across artifacts or historical structures. It's important not to damage them because it's a great way to preserve history in the area. Another part of hiking and camping is to minimize fire impacts. Always know the area that you're in and if you are allowed to have fires. Setting up a proper fire and using materials like sticks or wood that can be fully burned with no impact to the area is best. Keeping fires small and making sure that they are put out completely is extremely important. Fire is unpredictable and can get out of hand very quickly if not taken seriously. Respecting wildlife goes hand in hand with leave what you find. A bird's nest low to the ground might be really cool to see, but touching it could cause damage to the eggs that may be there, or it can cause it to be abandoned. When you come across wildlife, it's best to look from afar. Getting too close can cause them to become territorial, which in turn can be a danger for you. last month, there was a 72-year-old woman that was gored by a bison at Yellowstone National Park because she didn't take the park's warning of staying 25 yards or more away, and repeatedly approached the bison to take pictures, and he attacked because he felt threatened. It's another great example as to why we need to respect wildlife and enjoy them from afar. The last principle is to be courteous to other visitors. Choosing a campsite away from others or keeping noise down is very polite. If you're hiking and you come across another group and need to pass, communicate openly with them on what your plan is so that everybody can be safe and there is no damage to the environment if somebody needs to step off the established path. Adventuring outdoors is a great thing, but doing so safely is an important thing. Doing things like planning ahead for the area that you will be exploring and knowing what areas that you can safely hike and camp are best. Making sure you are following guidelines and being courteous to other visitors is a great way to be a good outdoor citizen. Respecting nature and wildlife is that you encounter on your adventure will make a great impact on the environment. We can all do our part to preserve nature and so that current and future generations can enjoy it for years to come. The Outdoor Code and the 7 Principles of Leave No Trace are both great ethics to live by, even if you're not a scout. Where will your next adventure take you? Thanks for your time.